What's up, guys? In this week's video, we're going to talk about live looping. Now, this is a topic that some of the Well-Paid Musician Club members have requested, so I brought in someone who I feel is an expert on this topic, Brian Fitzy. Link below, you can check out his YouTube channel. Some of Brian's accolades: he's performed at the Grammy Awards with the Foo Fighters, he performs internationally, and he's in high demand as a multi-instrumentalist live looper. And since Brian does a lot of private events like we all do, I figured he would be the perfect person to sit down with and have a chat. Now, in our discussion, it's about an hour, but in this video, I'm just going to give you some of the highlight clips. And as always, if you find this stuff valuable, please like and subscribe. All right, enjoy, guys. A lot of you guys have been asking about gear, pedals, all sorts of stuff. So Brian's going to do a live demo and answer your questions, and then we can get into more stuff like how he gets private event gigs and all the things that we usually talk about. Without further ado,
this is how we do it. This is how we do it. This is how we do it.
Mr. Brian Fitzgerald. What's up, buddy?
What's happening, man? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for being on here.
Absolutely.
All right, so what I'd like to do is just start out with some questions. I do have some in advance, and I'm going to start with Kimberly. First question. Do you beatbox or do you use something else to make a beat?
Both. So I'll do a mix of the two. Primarily, I'll lay down beatboxing as a foundation, but I will typically have an MPC with samples that I've made in the studio and then classic stuff like 12-bit, 808 stuff and all that. And I'll use that to layer just to thicken up things. I can make most of those sounds in my mouth, but there is something special about layering sounds that aren't coming all from the same source. It's nice to be able to have that kind of texture variety. So yeah, both.
Okay. When you do beatbox or use an MPC or whatever it is, do you also bring subwoofers?
Yeah, I have to have bottoms. If you're in a large space or outside, like, you got to have bottoms. If I'm performing outside and I have to do my own sound, 222s. But to illustrate that, so I have the two microphones here. If I'm beatboxing and I just go into my main vocal mic.
Do you want to demo that for a sec?
So, like, that's straight into this mic.
Yeah.
My beatboxing signal chain, like, if I'm looping, like, this would be my vocal looping sound. Like, if I'm looping anything other than beatboxing,
You've got this character to the
Oh,
song.
yeah.
So it's a bit thinner, but when
what I'm doing is, for beatboxing, I have it of, like, a bunch of different splits, and there's
So that other mic is like a high-pass filter?
Yeah, so that one's got a high pass on it there, but then I'm using a much more aggressive EQ when I'm beatboxing, and I'm also using some, like, octave effects, so, and compression here and there. So when I'm beatboxing, I go from, if I cup the mic,
to
so if you're listening on, like, near fields right now, you heard the difference. If you're listening to good cans, good in-ears, like, you heard the difference.
I can hear the difference just on my laptop speakers, to be honest.
Work. That's a big thing too. Like, there's a way with certain EQ and processing that you can give the impression of more bass presence in a space. That's how music's mastered now too. It's just like, so it translates on a cell phone. So if you take advantage of those same disciplines and processes and techniques, then you can apply that to your live sound, and you can sound bigger with less.
So my question with that, if you are looping every song, what are your constraints? For instance, there's a song that has like 4 to 6 sections in it. How are you able to loop all that stuff?
Arranging for looping, it is challenging. Figuring out what stuff you're going to get rid of. For me, it's I try to think of, like, what elements of a song do I want to perform 100% live? What elements of a song have a static quality? So if there's like, if the rhythm of a song doesn't dramatically change, there are some songs that just do not work for looping. Like, you're not going to do Meatloaf, or you're not going to do Bohemian Rhapsody. Like,
I was going to say Bohemian Rhapsody,
yeah. You know, it's like, there are concessions that have to be made. So deciding what things stay, what things go, what elements can stand on their own, and then figuring out ways that you can do things live with the same level of thickness. You have to really think about things from a standpoint of arrangement and orchestration, when you're approaching this. I don't approach looping at all with the standpoint of like, I'm going to build the song and then now I'm going to perform the song. Like, I want to perform the song as I build the song. So if you go into it with that in the beginning, you can kind of prioritize what gets looped, how it gets looped, and get into it faster for an audience, because it's a big ask to have people wait for the song to start. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, it's not dead air, but it's kind of dead air.
Yeah, it's like, go make some tea while I build this loop.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tall ask. I mean, you don't want it to feel like a parlor trick.
Yeah, true. Okay. I think this would be a good time for you to give us just a quick demo.
Yeah.
Backbeat, instrumentation. Now, Brian is unique in that he plays a lot of instruments. Let's say not as proficient as you, and I only play guitar and piano, but I sing. Like, what could I do? Like, can you give me?
Yeah, I mean, there's
Give
a
me.
ton.
I'm just saying in a demo that you could do for us right now. Show me what that would look like.
All right.
And
let's
let's put this in the frame of, a private event.
let's do like a throwback track, because they lost their shit with with that last night.
Nice.
All right, so yeah, we'll do a real straightforward.
This is great because, it's hard to articulate this stuff. Let's just watch you do it.
So like if you can play keys, then I assume that you can handle just some simple bass stuff and have the ability. So we'll do like a lot of the if I had a full size here tonight, I'd play more like actual keyboard stuff, but I'll do some key bass stuff. So we'll put a bass, put a groove down, and then take it from there. Knew where this was going. This is how we do it. Yeah. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. La 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 la. This is how we do it.
Awesome. So good. So good.
Thank you, bro.
So good. All right, so now would be fantastic if you could break down what you just did. Show us the process. This was our evening with Brian Fitzy, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. You can find the transcripts in the portal in the next few days.